saying that 4 hours went really fast.
Oh, I heard, yeah, that's actually 5.
Fine. Well, either way, it went fast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry about that hole you have on the other side of the car there.
Oh, yeah. No, no, I'm actually going.
You gonna take it in to get it fixed or what?
I don't know. I don't know. That can't really afford it. You know, most of us aren't rich. But I'm just getting an estimate and kind of go from there. Yeah.
Well, Kevin's he's got a rental. He just
Yeah, but I don't have that on my insurance. I don't have that option with my insurance. Yeah.
That was terrible what they did to his car.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. Stop. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's pretty. Who cares? Oh yeah. No. Who cares? There we go. He always leaves. I don't know why. He always fucking
Schedule
leaves.
your no-risk consultation for only $59. Call today at 866-311-5306 or online at DanvillePainAndWellness.com. That's 866-311-5306 or DanvillePainAndWellness.com. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's corporate cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means your stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. And now get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/free. 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 To the top of the hour, here's our toll-free number. It is 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. I've been talking for months about how Knott's entry system is able to help law enforcement gain the access they need to any school during any hostile event. Literally seconds can save lives. In fact, there are more than 200 municipalities now that currently trust the Knott's entry system to provide a very secure and very efficient means to get access when and where they need it. Well, now businesses and airports
and specific industrial applications have joined schools, law enforcement, fire departments. They're also using Knox Entry, and they're managing first responder access and or authorized service activity to better protect and monitor their critical assets. Knox Entry allows you to develop what is a customized access strategy complete with an audit trail, rapid flexibility. If your company has more assets than you want that you need to better protect, contact Knox today. Go to their website. It's Knox.com. That's KNOX.com. You know, there's certain people in life that I just come to know and admire and like personally. Who are the most successful people in Hollywood are not your traditional Hollywood people. So what am I talking about? In other words, they're not afraid to bring their faith, their religion, their value system to the screen. And also they put out great fun shows as well. Probably one of the greatest power couples in Hollywood history that don't get the acclaim I think they deserve. I'm friends with both of them. Mark Burnett, of course, everybody knows. And of course Roma Downey, who everybody knows as well. I mean, everybody remembers her role in Touched by an Angel. That became like the biggest hit ever. You know, there's a reason every year, at least once, if not twice a year, Newsweek and Time Magazine, when there were actually real publications, they would put Jesus on the cover. Because people would buy that magazine when they're at the local grocery store. Anyway, the great news is we know that Roma, whatever project she's involved in, is going to be a big, huge success. And based on what is known as the Redemption Literary Series from the #1 New York Times bestselling author Karen Kingsbury, well, the Baxters, it's a family drama. It follows Elizabeth and John Baxter, their 5 adult children. Season 1 of the Baxters centers on Elizabeth and John's daughter Carrie, who learns the shocking truth that her professor husband has been secretly having an affair with one of his college students. Great, uplifting, but however, very real life, isn't it? Isn't that the sad part of it? But how do they deal with it? That's what makes this series different.
I'm a little worried about Carrie and Tim. They don't look at each other the same way anymore. Nothing's bothering you. I have been struggling. There's dysfunction in the family, like most families. They don't always like like each other, they don't always make good choices, but they always love each other. And when life brings the Baxters to their knees, what separates them from other families on TV dramas is that they pray. They're a family who pray together. And I think that particularly people of faith out there who are listening will love to see a family on a television show that reflects the values that we hold dear.
You know what's amazing, Roma, as time has gone on, you see that things have changed, that television has changed, that choices and options are more numerous, frankly, than they've ever been. And people gravitate towards good shows, and then word of mouth kind of takes over, which I would expect is likely going to happen in this series. Look at Angel Studios, for example, The Chosen, a couple of other studios independent out there that they're not afraid to go where Hollywood previously never dared went to, or if they did, you know, you did a great remake of Ben-Hur, I remember, and when you did, it was a huge success. And I loved it because I always loved the original with Charlton Heston, and I thought you did a great job with it, and not an easy film to make, and so on and so forth. But times are changing. You know, you have Prime, you have Amazon, you have Hulu, you have Netflix. I mean, people have more choices, more options, and they're being more discerning. Are you discovering that too?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, you know, it is great to see so much uplifting and inspirational content on the airwaves, both in cinema and on TV. But I think TV is a little slower on that uptake. You know, I mean, you mentioned there in the intro the many years playing Monica on Touched by an Angel and what a hit that show was. And I'm hoping that, you know, the last few years I've primarily been producing. I haven't really stepped in front of the camera myself, but I decided to do so with the Baxters, and I stepped into playing the role of Elizabeth Baxter myself. It was great fun to be back in front of the camera again, and I really just believe in the story. I think Karen Kingsbury is just such an excellent storyteller, and it was you know, fun and challenging, of course, to dramatize this, to bring it to Prime, and I'm delighted to be back on Prime. I don't know if you got to see the film I produced last Easter with Dennis Quaid and Heather Graham. It was called On a Wing and a Prayer. And
I did see it.
Successful on Amazon's Prime Video, and so I feel terrific that they entrusted me with the Easter time slot again for the launch of the Baxters, and it goes up on the 28th, and then it will live there. And they ask of people, you know, listen, people are busy, I know that. I'm raising a family, I've got work, I've got, you know, a million things. So it's hard to ask people, can you go out and see this film, can you go do that? What I love about TV drama is that all you have to do is curl up on the comfort of your own couch in front of your own TV. And the lovely thing about a show like Baxter, Sean, is that you can sit down with your mom and with your kids. You know, it's family-friendly television. And even though it's dealing with these pertinent, you know, social and family dynamics, you know, it doesn't shy away from some of the issues that we have to deal with in our families and in our culture. But
Anybody that claims they don't have any issues in their family, just they're not being honest. Everybody has their own stuff.
everybody,
They have,
like Elizabeth and John Baxter have 5 adult children, so there's plenty of drama, but it's how they deal with it, and it's seeing this family through the lens of faith. I think that is what separates it from other shows on television, because we don't rarely get to see people that go to church. We don't rarely get to see people who stop in the middle of a crisis or concern for each other and see people holding hands and praying together in the name of Jesus on television. We don't get to see that. So I think this is what makes the Baxters really special. And while it's made for everybody, it's an invitation to everybody to come and watch it, but I think that people of faith in particular will enjoy seeing, you know, people who pray on television.
well, we really appreciate what you do, and I guess it's apropos to be launching it this Holy Week, Palm Sunday this past Sunday, Easter Sunday coming up. I actually shared, I will share a link to your show on my social media. We'll put it up on Hannity.com as well. I actually X'd out. I have Linda do it because I don't have access. My team won't give me access to social media but they don't have any confidence in me. And so they've taken away my passwords, and I have to ask permission from people that work for me to actually post anything. But that's another story for another day. But I did put out Michael W. Smith's Bridgestone Arena concert. If you like contemporary Christian music as I do, you're going to love this. It really is. It's like one Christian anthem after another. Anyway, great to have you, Roma. Please send my best to Mark. We'll be watching the Baxters closely, and we wish you all the success as always. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and happy Easter to you and your family.
You too. Thank you. 800-941-SEAN, our number. All right, let's get to our busy telephones. Paul in Nevada. Paul, how are you? Glad you called. What's going on?
Hey, Sean, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you? What's going on?
Oh, just working in the garage today. I got an old Jeep I'm working on and just tinkering around here.
I used to love doing that when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's an old 2006 Jeep TJ. Just needs a facelift. So,
Yep.
hey,
Well, I made a mistake. I used to paint my own cars, and I burned my lungs out when I used Imran painting a work van of mine once. Yeah, how stupid was that? I used one of those white masks that are useless. I really needed a respirator.
Oh, yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, so one day I got a picture of my lungs. The guy goes, you have a lot of scar tissue. I'm like, really? Because I remember my lungs burning for about 3 months. But anyway, quickly, I don't want you to get to your point. What's on your mind?
I had a couple things. I wanted to talk about the border guys getting all banged up last week with I know they made a big deal with the January 6th, but wasn't that technically now an insurrection? Isn't that like the definition of insurrection now? So Joe Biden back in 2020 said, come on, come all. You're all...
You mean when the illegal immigrants rushed the gate, knocked over the wire, and cut through, and pushed through Texas National Guard, and then celebrated at the border? You mean those guys?
Oh yeah, the ones that come on, come all. You're all welcome, and he invited them. So it's like Trump didn't invite anybody to do any violence. Just make your voice heard. They went there, they made their voice heard. A couple people went in, probably whatever, but this is a whole big group. Isn't that technically now the definition of...
Oh, I mean, what about the summer of 2020, the 574 riots that killed dozens of Americans, injured thousands of cops, pelted with bricks, rocks, bottles, Molotov cocktails, and caused billions of property damage? We didn't have a predetermined congressional hearing on any of that, didn't get to the bottom of it. And we had a lot of Democrats, including your vice president, saying they're not going to stop, they shouldn't stop, we're not going to stop. I mean, it's absolute insanity, the double standard. Now what are we learning about the January 6th committee? Oh, they conveniently withheld the testimony of the driver of the car, Donald Trump, and he testified that he never tried to commandeer that vehicle. And what else did we learn? A lot of the evidence has magically disappeared. And what else did we learn? That there were 5 people in a meeting, and they all confirmed that Donald Trump was talking about bringing in the National Guard in the days leading up to it. And the police chief, the Capitol Police Chief, said he had actionable intelligence and was begging for the Guard. All of that was just glossed over. So appreciate the call, my friend. 800-941-SEAN, remember if you want to join us.
Serving America on 735 great radio stations. It is on right now. What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to speak? Too hard?
Too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. Fun isn't hard. Right. Podcasts, games, and more make languages fun and engaging. You might even forget you're learning. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. Babbel teaches language interaction ways about travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you having real conversation in as little as 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are voiced by real native speakers, you'll get pronunciation just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.